Oh, don't do it, Ola. Ooh! Oh! Yeah. Look at the little butt! Okay, so I guess we're finishing this episode, which was horrible. No! Why is he so slow? I don't know how to play this! How can I run and jump? No, this is not possible. It's not, I cannot, I don't have all the hands! I need 4 more hands to do this. Just so we have the last set. The good thing is you can... Ooh, you can replay. Ew. You can replay the chapters. That is actually something that I like. So you can try out different things, you know. If in case you think, oh, maybe I could have saved the gnome, you can try that out. Or find collectibles. Ew. I don't wanna... Is this too heavy for you? Will you drown here? It's blood in it. Ugh. And he's back to being bloody. Oh my! They did. Oh man, they let him have it for like 5 minutes to be just clean and happy. Oh, it's the mountain we dreamed of. So here's the question. Did he maybe... Is this a psychological horror thing and he just saw his sister just die? And this is, you know, limbo or something? Because we had this scene so often that we saw her. And maybe he saw her commit suicide. That she sang and then jumped to her death.
As he reached the summit, Ola felt regret.
Because he killed all those beautiful creatures.
Regret that he could not stop his sister from being taken. Regret that he could not stop the woman from drowning her child.
That's probably not something I could have prevented, right?
Regret that he had killed the shapeshifter in the forest.
I didn't want to do it. I tried it, I got killed. And then, you know.
Now the mountain stood before
Bramble.
him, and he wished he could ask their forgiveness.
Boss fight. Like I had 2 boss fights already. It's too many boss fights. For this game length, a lot.
He had reached the end that Tuva had pointed him towards. Now, entering the halls of the mountain, Ulle was ready to find his sister.
Wait, am I supposed to find something here? So there's a crown, there's a face. Because there's no return button. So it feels like, so I'm stuck. Oh, wait. Oh, God! I mean, the developers, they're trolls, right? They are like... They're on Twitter trolling people. No one can tell me otherwise. That just I don't get it. Why not have a point on the image where you click and then it opens? So we're in the actual library now? Or... There he is again. Hi, I'm so sorry I disappointed you. I really am. So we got 2 books now. Achievement
Exhausted,
Bookworm.
bloody, and at his wits' end, King Nils came to a witch's house on the outskirts of his kingdom. He fell to his knees, begging the witch to help cure his son, and she agreed. The witch explained that the flower held tremendous power that could only very carefully be used for good. The witch instructed he only use a single petal. Using the whole bloom would only invite death. Ulrich began to recover, but discontent at the royal line had grown in the kingdom, following King Nils' bloody campaign. The next day, King Nils found his son dead, and the last light holding his darkness at bay was snuffed out. Heartbroken, King Nils turned to the bloom which had promised life, and instead saw it as an escape from his suffering.
So it was man-made.
The witch, having come to visit the king and the prince, looked at the nightmarish scene in despair. She raised a mountain on top of King Nils and shackled him using the same bramble that he let loose upon the kingdom.
Shit. So I have to fight him?
And to this day, the trolls still feed him as punishment for his evil deed.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh no, that's the old book. Oh, just in case we missed it, I guess? Who would miss it? That was very obvious. Oh, look, it's Tuva. And we can't see him properly. Luke Gubbin figurine. Can we talk? No. Okay. Wait, there's another... Oh, now I can go here. Okay. Wait, this is where we came from? Where do we go now? No. So we go back? Isn't this where we came from? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's the old kingdom. Or castle. Must be the reason I'm the king of my castle. Must be the reason why I'm free from this threshold. I don't know the lyrics. I don't know them properly. King and son. Okay. King and Bebe. And king and wife. I mean, he had a shitty life, but also didn't really... Oh, is it an escape room thingy? Oh yeah, I think I could have turned the figure around. Anything to find here? I don't know. That's it? Let's look around and see if maybe if we're missing something or not. Hello? There you go. 2. Ooh. Oh, why? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Find your happiness wherever you can. Oh! Oh, maybe it's the time. Like, if he enjoys this, let him have it. Let's rest a little bit. Okay. Oh, wow, that's a lot of toys. Oh, that's cute. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the sword that Ole used. There you go. Got the king. Oh look, there's the little figurines that we remember when Ole basically killed the big one. Yeah. I'm missing the... And I can't do anything here. Like, I cannot... I thought, you know, maybe you can put it in a certain order. So you have the... Oh, he has the silver cup there. And then the little thingy. You know, the little box. The silver box. And then we have the sword. So... Wait. So the sword has X. That's 10, I think. God! This is the first time I'm actually using my notepad. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh gosh. I'll not show you how that looked like. What I just did there. And that has... This should be 2, so it's like... In German, we would call this Schatulle. Yeah. It's like a little... usually very ornamental box. Whether wooden... Like, the material is non-consequential. But it's usually a very small, delicate box. And this one... Well, does it have a number? Oh, yeah. Okay. So the cup has 4. So, and the cup is first. The box, and then the sword. So, let's see if we really only need maybe the one. Like this. And then 2. And then X. Ah, okay. Okay. And now we can open this. No, there, something happened there. Let's take it. Pick it up. And now we can, okay. I could have just opened the door, to be quite honest. Oh well. Oh well. I don't want to fight the king. I don't want to. It will be like 6 rounds, you know. You know, this feels very much in the Hall of the Mountain King. Where did I get this from? Is it a... I think it's a compositional piece of Per Gynt? I don't want to fight him. I just want to have a chat, you know, be like, hey, what a bummer, right? With the kid, that's and the wife. Oh shit! No, come on, not again. Oh fuck! We have one of those again. Oh, I hate those. I hate them. Okay, let's get back to my keyboard. Oh, God. Oh, but... Oh. Okay. Sorry, it's me. It's me. It's me. No. I just... Oh, God. You know how I feel about this, right? You do know. You do know. It's... If I can't see... Like, it's obvious that I can see it, because from my perspective, I don't see... Also, this was wrong, because look, the table obviously is in front of it, so this is really, come on, this is bad design. This is not me, this is... Like, how is this suddenly, how is he jumping behind it when the table is in front of it? I don't see that. Sorry, I'm just... We're back at the bullshit again. Oh my god. Okay. I used the S and not A because I thought that's, you know, because this is a 3D game and previously it acted like that's how you have to do it. So, yeah, of course. Of course, Ola. Why not? Look, just pretend we didn't do this 6,000 times before. I have to probably, when I can't do this, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure I have to start from the beginning. Oh yeah, that's great. I love that I can do this again. This was so much fun. Oh, I now know what I did wrong. I had the wrong button. It's too many. Again, we're at the... It's a me problem because too many buttons just... They don't work for me. No! Oh, thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, game. Look, I don't say thank you a lot in this game, so... You're welcome. Why is he so slow? Ola. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, God. This will be 3 episodes. I mean, this is close to... We're 2 hours and 50 minutes or something like that already. Oh, wait. Yeah, I didn't know that, so that's what I had to do. Bam. 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 I guess let's...
Meant to be closed forever. Now opened.
Ew. I see it in the background. I don't like it. No. No. Also, why did he take my sister? What the heck? Oh, I see that. Oh, it's
The Mountain
moving.
King, who was meant to be hidden forever, was now revealed. He just had to reach the sack before Lillimor ended up as the giant's dinner.
Wait, I cannot climb up here? Oh, shit. Which sack? What? Which sack? By the way, what are we talking here? I don't know. The perspective is all whack again. Like, do we have to get up the sword? Because look, people, I don't know what's climbable and what isn't because you don't give me any indication here. I know that I can't get through the bramble. There's no flower here. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. How should I know? Because that's not... You know, you know how they signify that you can climb through two distinct textures, which is like the moss and then the net, and how they did not do this here, but they could have done this just with the moss, you know. It's fun. I like this. It's the end of the game and they still introduce new stuff that doesn't make sense. Just super fun, you know, mixing it up, but you know, ignoring gameplay rules. It's cool. Also, I don't want to fight the giant, but I will probably have to. I mean, this is the kind of game that has like the worst boss fight at the very end of it. Yeah, I think it's one of those games that's like, you know, fuck you. You want to end this game? You know, Ola wants to end this game, but you surely... We will make it difficult for you. Just ignore us, okay? This is just... Don't mind us. Is this really our sister? Oh, shit. Also, why didn't we take a knife? We found a knife. We didn't take it. Oh, fuck. Why is it suddenly so big? The sack, I mean. Is he eating her? Look, it's not like I didn't expect that, but also, fuck you. And now he's killing him? Didn't he turn into stone? Was that someone else? Why did we do all of this? I told you, this is a nihilistic game, and this proves it. Because we got nothing from this. But we're dressed in his boy's clothes. That should count for something, right? Shit. Maybe not. It's so fun. This is so fun. I love it. Just riveting. I love that it's like 20 flowers. Like who would want to do this 20 more times? I mean, just absolutely amazing. No! Oh, fuck. We'll see each other on the other side. I will do this now without you. Second phase, right? Yes. You're too late, old man. Too late. Holy shit. You did. Wait, but I was on that... I was on that table. You basically threw me to the ground. What? Please not another... What am I supposed to do here? No? Is that what you want me... I did it. I don't know. I watched Gab Smolders play it, and then I used the controller. Oh, okay. Where in? Oh, this is running. Yeah, I switched to the controller because it's honestly so much easier. Oh my god, it is. It's a different game. I mean, why did I fight through this with the keyboard and mouse? Well, not really a mouse, you know. If I could have done this, I'm low-key a little bit angry at myself. But mostly at the game, because, come on, if you offer it, you should have a good gameplay experience. Oh, grubby old man fingers. Hi! So, you're gonna eat me just like you did my sister? No? What am I supposed to do here? No. Oh! Okay, you can even die now? Oh my god. I don't know what to do there. Should I jump into his mouth? What? Look, I never dealt with a giant with a magic sword. I don't know what is expected of me here. Yeah, unbelievable. I watched Gab Smolders, and then she was like at some point, oh, it's not arbitrary, there's logic behind it. And I trust her because she's much better at games than I am. And so I thought, you know what, I will just try the controller, not film my face cam while I'm doing this. Ah, okay. Achievement unlocked, the Mountain King. So up in the beer, we go in the mouth? No, that's kind of... What? Again. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah, I should die from this. I died from lesser heights than this. So... Also, when you pushed the stone away, also, I should have died because it was also too high. Like, if, you know, theoretically. Wait, what? Is that the little doll fairy? So the king is dead. For real now. Oh! Oh. Oh, she also had a stone. Despite killing the forest witch, I guess. Oh! What stories he has to tell if he went all the way to us. Is that the beginning of the game, but roles reversed? I think it is. It's been so long. It feels like I played this game for... Yeah. Is that a different... I don't even know if it's a different... Oh my god. It's so good with the controller. Oh my god. I wasted so much time. So much worries. Oh, that's all my collectibles. I missed 2. That's fine, since I didn't even intend on finding them. I think I did good. I will not play this game again, so, you know. Oh, wow. Achievement unlocked, home again. Well, again? Oh, I did it. I cannot believe it. Look, I even wrote a community post saying I didn't do it. I replied, like, Tench Rose wrote me and she was like, man, you know, you've gotten so much better in games like this because yeah, I did. And I was like, yeah, but sorry to say, I couldn't finish this game. But now I can. I can reply to everyone, can update everyone on this news, you know. Breaking news. Hula finished Bramble the Mountain King. But yeah, console programming and porting, Christopher and Michael, well done. So where's the asshats who did the mouse and keyboard? Okay, so I said it before. I figured, I assumed that it's a much better experience with the controller, and I guess it really was. There's tons of positive reviews on Steam. Like, people love it. There's very, very few negative reviews, just in the 2 digits, and I think they have over 1,000 reviews. I still stick to my overall review that I don't get the mood of this game. I think the tonality is really weird, and because, for example, I thought about this Pesta fight, you know, which I actually enjoyed, and it was even funny, you know, with the where you fall into her mouth. That's funny. But actually, it's one of the first funny scenes since ages, you know, since the beginning, because the whole war-torn, pesta-torn zombie area is really dire. There's nothing hilarious about it. And also the forest witch fight is also very sad, you know. It's nothing. And then before that we have the marsh witch. So for three bosses there's no humor at all, like none. There's also the gnomes at the beginning, and I have a theory about this, but let's first, you know, talk about this. So for three bosses there's no humor at all, or for two bosses there's no humor at all, and then the zombie, you know, level, and then the pesta suddenly is like a little bit cheeky again. And I think that's what bothers me most, is that it's really uneven, you know. I think a game that also wants to be humorous, it needs to be like evened out, you know, that it's not like 2 hours of despair and then there's one joke in there, and then it's again an hour of despair and then there's something very playful again. There needs to be a balance. And I think overall the story, it feels like the story, I don't know, I think the story is a little bit unbalanced. And so here's a theory that I have, because of the ending as well. It's a weird ending. It's like, is the sibling that's outside the window, is that like a shapeshifter guiding these kids outside, or is it more like a loop scenario, but the siblings are just changing every single loop, which is kind of like what a Northern Hymn I think did, but not like that, you know. You know, or is it a loop? Because that's also something that happens quite often in video games, you know. But maybe it's more a psychological horror game. So when it started, very nice and lovely and fun, you know, with the gnomes, because we don't see the gnomes later on. They're gone. They're gone. I think the second half of the game, there's a complete tonal shift. There's no gnomes anymore. There's not even a lot of trolls anymore. And so maybe it's a psychological horror in the way that we see Ole through a certain, you know, dealing with something, I don't know, with the loss of his sister maybe, you know, and then basically at the beginning trying to like have this escapism and then having to deal with the fact that she's gone. I don't know. It felt like psychological horror at times, especially towards the ending. It also felt like a metaphor for war when the Pesta chapter was there with the zombies and everything. Like it was, and that's the thing, it kind of felt like all over the place. It felt more like an anthology than an actual story that had like, you know, a whole thing, because also the king, in my point of view, was introduced too late. This story, I already said, I think it's disjointed. I don't think, like, if and here's the thing, it might make sense if you see it from the perspective. So there's a couple of Scandinavian folktales that have like the same protagonist, who is always up to something, you know, is always getting in trouble with the trolls and with kings and witches and whatnot. And it's always the same protagonist, which is kind of like a stand-in, I think, for the reader, you know, for the hero. And maybe that's what they followed here, that it's more like a cultural thing, very close to the literary originals, you know, of those stories, so that they were like, well, here's Ole and he's going through different stories. But it didn't feel like that while playing, because it wasn't set up like that. So it was set up like a big story about Ole and his sister. His sister played no role at all in it. She wasn't even mentioned, I think. Like in the second half of the game, she wasn't even mentioned, which is weird, because if Ole went through so much, it would have been natural for him to be like, he wished his sister was here, you know, just to hold him or something. So I think to set it up, just like in the original stories, where you have one single hero who goes through a lot of different stories and it might not even be him, you know, he just always has the same name, like Roach in The Witcher, you know, it's like, that's not the same horse. That's just a lot of horses, you know. Geralt just goes through a lot of horses and they all have the same name, so we can feel warm inside and think, okay, it's the same horse, okay, it didn't die. And so I think there could have been a different way of telling the story, and a different way of, for example, going through the chapters, maybe having the books at the beginning of each chapter and not in the middle, because also we had books, we found them sometimes at the end of the story, sometimes before we met the big bad, sometimes in the middle of it. They also, in a weird way, and that's the thing, that's why I think maybe that's how the story is being told, as kind of an anthology and less as a thorough line story. The books seem to have, oops, sorry, that was loud. The books seem to have a very different style from each other. Like every single book had a different illustrative style. So maybe, and also a different way of telling it, like a different narrational voice. And so maybe that really was the goal. But I think it didn't come through to me. Like it only, the more I thought about it, that's when I had the idea, oh, maybe that's what they want to do here. But while I was playing it, it was just a little bit all over the place. And the tonality as well, because then it also felt like, well, and that's where I ended up with my psychological horror theory, which I don't think is true, but it felt like it, because, it started out kind of bright and airy and fun and even funny, a little cruel from the get-go, but still. And then there was no humor at all. And then we had the pasta, was kind of a chuckling little old witch, and then it was back to horrible things again. So I don't know. So I think, the story is very intriguing because of the use of folklore, and folk tales, obviously. And it also works because the visuals are great, like the environment is beautiful, I'm not a fan of the zombie environment. It was very gray and brackish, like, I don't know, I would have liked to continue the lusciousness of the others, and I think it might have helped if we had more of the Bramble in the village with the pesta, or more embers, more fire, like more color in general. But that's a very subjective thing, I gotta say. The tonality, I said it before, like, I thought at times it was very nihilistic. I think the ending is fine. It is a hopeful ending. Thank you for that. It's a confusing ending as well. I'm not going to theorize on that, because actually do they want to set this up as a like continuation, that there will be a second game? Because it feels like it. Because otherwise I would say it's a loop, and honestly, with a very few exceptions, I hate loop stories. I don't know why we saw the little fairy lady that looked like a doll once, and then she disappeared completely. Then suddenly Tuva was there, was not really introduced a lot, was just there. The narrator knew the name. I was like, I never heard of that person. Who is that? Did we know them before? That would have been something where I feel like, well, at the beginning we maybe could have, maybe I just missed stumbling on this book about Tuva, I don't know. But then, was Tuva the same as the little fairy doll girl, or is Tuva someone else? They looked quite distinct from each other, so. And the nihilism of some of it. The one, I mean, everyone knows it. Like, the one with the baby, that was, for me, just, I hate it. I didn't think it was necessary. I think there are different ways to tell this. And also, having Ola go through so many different things, so many horrible things. I know the horror tales are cruel, but also, I said it before when I was really in the Swamp Witch episode. I was angry, and I stick to that. Why do you create a small child as your protagonist, a lovable, lovely, cheery small child, and then let them go through hell for a story that does not really... It's not like Grave of the Fireflies, This is not a reflection on something historical that happened to show that kids are the most vulnerable in warlike situations, This is... Because this game, like, whenever I was like, oh, maybe it's a metaphor on war, and then there was some, fairy tale book that said, no, it's not about that. It is about this pesta, or it is about, like, witch, So the game itself was always telling me, no, this is not a metaphor. This is just the story. And I think then it would have been fine to have, like, a young lad, but not a boy, you know, to have like a young man or a young woman go through this, because it would have been horrible enough for them. But honestly, it broke my heart that it happened to Ole. I didn't want it. I wasn't, and that was where I really lost the entertainment factor of this. Because again, it was not marketed, and it doesn't play as a metaphor on something where you feel like, oh, this has layers of meaning about war and child abuse and postpartum depression. Even though I think a lot of fans of the game will put this on the game, but I don't think it's not like that. I think they just took a lot of the stories they read in the old books. They made a few up on their own, and then they mashed them together. And I think that's Bramble the Mountain King. So, would I recommend this game? To be quite honest, I will probably in my review recommend it, but only for controller. That will be the first thing. Like it's not a recommendation for me to play this with a keyboard. I think it's a very unique experience. It is lovingly made. It's very disjointed. I think it had its ups and downs, and I think actually it's one of those games where even the gameplay stuff where I was frustrated throughout, because a lot of it was also colored by my frustration with the storytelling, you know, with the cruelty, with the nihilism, with the sadness, that I kind of also, because I was in this mood, you know, that it was more difficult for me to really enjoy the other parts of it. And that's why I say in hindsight, I think I really enjoyed the Pesta fight. And if it didn't have that many rounds, I also would have really enjoyed the Forest Witch fight. And even the Mountain King, I think, if it wasn't like 60 flowers, I'm exaggerating here, but, you know, not much, then I also would have, you know, thought it's kind of fun. Although, honestly, no. That was shit. I didn't like that fight. But yeah, with the keyboard, it was just, yeah, I would recommend this as a controller game only. And then also only if you enjoy the dark themes of this. And this is me saying this. I'm not against dark themes. I think A Northern Hymn, which had incredibly sad, dark chapters, it was actually worse. I would say A Northern Hymn is a like on an emotional level, it's more devastating than Bramble, but it also told its story more cohesively and just better tonally. There was no whiplash, you know. So for me, I have nothing against A Cruel World, but the way how you portray it in your game, because you create the world in this. This is not, you know, this is not realistic. You know, this is a folk fairy tale, so you create the world as the developers. So you have a responsibility that it kind of feels cohesive and that it makes sense, and that also for the player, it does make sense. You know, that they understand it in a way. And I think A Northern Hymn actually did this successfully, and I think Bramble stumbled with this. But I still would recommend it because I actually think even throughout, I was wowed by certain imageries, and I think the monster design, that's gorgeous, top to bottom. I mean, the Forest Witch and the Doll Fairy, you know, they look very cliched, like with the boobies and everything, and a little bit too doll pretty, you know, not even pretty, just like a doll. But the Pesta, that was amazing. She looked amazing, and she actually very close to the original, the original, there's no original, but two old illustrations of the Pesta. I loved the Marsh Witch visuals. Terrifying, to be quite honest. The Necken, amazing. Like, I watched the demo. I think the Necken was also one of the key images they used for the marketing, and it still got, I think, everyone. It's just that's beautiful, you know, that's so scary. So on that account, like the team who did the designs and illustrations, top-notch work. As well as the world, like when we were not in the zombie area, you know, everything looked so grand and wide and just colorful and just so luminous, you know, it was beautiful. So on that account, it is a great game, but not a perfect game. It will not be one of my top games of the year because of the issues I had throughout the Let's Play, with the gameplay, but also with the story. Now, it's up to you, whoever watched this still, continue this. What did you think about this? How did you like it? What's your opinion on my opinion also? We can have an argument. We can have no, not an argument. We can have a conversation about this, you know. If you disagree, you know, as long as you explain it, then it's totally fine and we can talk about this because, look, that's my subjective opinion. And I said this a lot during this Let's Play. And also my gameplay, that's my gameplay. I mean, you know, it's also, like, again, keyboard mouse, not recommended. But also, I'm also not a pro at this. So if you say, well, that's just you, Hula, then it's hard for me to disagree because, yeah, I cannot prove otherwise. You know, just a couple of bad reviews in a sea of great reviews. So, you know, I'm willing to take that. But anyways, I hope you had a good time. I'm so kind of relieved and happy that I actually did this because now I can just really put a lid on it, you know. Close the door to it. Just turn back and never look back. Not turn back, but, you know, look ahead and never look back. So yeah, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe see you next time. Bye. This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.